So I fired up my old PS2 and I've been wanting to be able to connect it up to my modern telly. This device seems to do the trick. Plugs in here from a micro USB at the front to the device itself, which plugs into the video output, and then from there I'm able to connect it up via HDMI to a screen. One thing I don't like about it is where the angle that the micro USB port on the device kicks out. It faces to the left hand side or to the bottom of the PS2. With that means you can't stand it up or have it pushed up against the wall, which is a huge pain in the ass. The biggest thing I found with this PS2 to HDMI adapter is basically that it runs it like a component cable as opposed to composite cable. So for me, I've changed the component video output to Y, CB, PK, CR, PR as opposed to RGB, which I haven't found too much of a difference, but that's what my old component cables used to run with. On the box itself, there's not too much there. One thing I do find kind of humorous is this line right here, which says no power cable, which I find kind of ironic, being that it has to run off micro USB for power. But anyway, that's a small price to pay for either A, slightly better video picture, or B, the simplicity of running one cable to the screen as opposed to plugging in many other different little cables. And in here we've got the usual typical Chinese manual, which you mostly ignore and throw away. The plugs on this are all fairly standard. We've got the mini USB, which I'd prefer it to be on the other side. We've got HDMI out and also 3.5 out, so if you've got to connect it up to a monitor that doesn't have any audio, you'd be able to still connect up speakers. Here's the cord that comes with it, which personally I didn't use. And then from here we're switching over to a quick video of Tekken 5 that's been captured. This here has been recorded on an Elgato video capture USB, which one thing I definitely noticed with this is the quality of the penguins in the background compared to the next bit of footage that's coming up, and also just the general AA of everything, where the straight lines seem to be rather jittery on here compared to the next one, which we'll soon see in just a second. So this here has been recorded on an Elgato game capture, just one of the first versions, and apart from the widescreen, which we can definitely notice, I just feel like the straight lines are a lot smoother, the penguins in the background are a lot sharper, and overall a much pleasant, less blurry visual. If you'll excuse my crappy combat here, I was just merely trying to get enough footage on here. And where's the fun of doing a review without seeing the insides of it? So I've given it a bit of a hit with a flat-headed screwdriver to get in there. From there I should be able to pry it open. And we're in. So inside here we don't see too much at all about what we would expect to see. But one thing I do hope with future revisions of this, if there is any more, that they remove the mini USB to the other side or give it other means of power, which, being that I'm very doubtful that the PS2 would output the required power to function this device, I couldn't really see it becoming fully integrated, but time may tell. And coming up next is some Killzone, which has been recorded using the Elgato video capture over Composite. One thing I find here is how blurry stuff in the distance is, like that tank that's just pulled up, and just in the center of the screen you can see these spaceships flying out. And here we are on the PS2 to HDMI device, which you can see the tank in the distance, and I feel like you can see the spaceships coming in sooner. overall, definitely worthwhile. And as a bonus, bit of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. This is also running on the PS2 to HDMI. Probably looks a bit blurry at 1080 resolution, but it's probably about one of the best video outputs you can get without getting various upscalers or converters. So overall, the PS2 to HDMI, I would definitely recommend getting one if you still want to connect it up to your new telly and have a play. I'll catch you later.